back, all you hollow table heroes. Welcome to another Imperial Military Podcast show that we're doing today, and we are going to do an update. We are currently in week 9 of our free-to-play accounts, but we've got to start off with something. Yesterday, let me find my mouse there. There we go. Yesterday, SB Chrome, put out, hey, we got a new marquee event coming with Shaak T. Ray, son, what is up, brother? Whoop, whoop. My man, he's always in the stream. And so we're going to talk about that today and then go over our accounts. But my name is Itachi, this is Itachi Gaming, and we have my guildmate, the one, the only, Evo. How's it going, man? I was hoping he was going to fill in, but I guess not.
Nope. We'll let you drop it.
Alright, so we got Evo on tonight as well. As usual, it's our IMPS Evo and Itachi accounts. But let's talk about Shaak T real quick. Definitely a much needed leader for the clones. And she's also a Jedi as well. Support leader, Galactic Republic Jedi. Powerful synergies are going to be with clone troopers, obviously. She trained them, gains turn meter when enemies deal damage, commands, and bolsters clone troopers. And you're going to see here that Clone Sergeant is not in this lineup for synergies. It's Cody, Fives, Echo, and Rex. All the big boys there. So let's go over her abilities real quick. Courageous Strike. You see the animation there, here. Pretty cool animation. The final text, she dispels all buffs on target enemy, deal physical damage to them, and grant offense up for 1 turn to all allies who didn't already have it. Alright, then we got special number 1, Assault Team. This has a cooldown of 3. Final text, dispel all debuffs on allies. Call all clone trooper allies to assist. If target ally is a clone trooper, he gains 100% turn meter. Notice they did not say extra turn here. Target ally gains buffs for 3 turns based on their role. If it's an attacker, they gain stealth and critical chance up. If it's a support or healer, speed up and tenacity up. And if it is a tank, a taunt and critical hit immunity. So Evo, if you don't mind, can you pull up those clone troopers?
I just moved off the bomb.
Sorry. So, I think Rex is a tank, right?
Correct. Nope, he's support. The tank.
Nope, he's support.
Fives.
Fives is the tank. That's right. So, Fives is going to get taunt, which he currently does not have. Rayson says, sorry, Rayson, I'm looking at my 3rd screen here. He says, already my favorite. My man. Maybe Evo can check out the chat and interrupt me when there's stuff in the chat, because it's hard for me to see right now because I moved my mic stand and it's now covering up that part that would actually be the chat.
I got you.
Thank you. And then so our attackers are who? So we have Fives as a tank.
There's one attacker, which is Cody.
Cody's the attacker. Okay, so he's going to get stealth and critical chance up. And then the other 2 are support.
Yep, Echo and Rex are support.
Alright, so they're going to get speed up and tenacity up. So that's crazy. I mean, she's really going to come in and supercharge these clones for sure. Alright, let's go into special 2, training exercises. She ran those training exercises and got these guys ready for the war. Final text, call target other ally to assist, and if they are a clone trooper, they attack again. Shaak T and target ally recover 35% of their health and protection. So health and protection gain there. So I imagine you're going to want to really mod her for health because of the health and protection gain here. Potentially.
Rayson saying he honestly hope they get new clones.
New clones? Yeah, that'd be nice too.
I know people are calling for reworks, I'm sure.
Yeah, they definitely need at least touch-ups. I don't know about a full rework, but they definitely need touch-ups. I mean, they are very, very squishy. So, I mean, their kits have been pretty decent. Maybe some touch-ups, adding some new bonuses and things like that out of them will probably be good. Getting some new ones with the new Clone Wars season starting. I think we're going to see some new ones when that pops and hits, but I don't think we're going to see anytime soon. So we're probably talking about the latter half of the year.
Yes, Ray Sun, we have seen what about year 13? We'll get into that one.
If target ally is a clone trooper, they gain 25% critical damage, max of 5 stacks. Holy moly, so they can get up to 125% critical damage for the clone troopers. And if target ally is a Galactic Republic Jedi, specifically Galactic Republic Jedi, not just Jedi, they gain 25% tenacity, max 5 steps. Quick note, the little green monster already gives off a whole bunch of tenacity, and he is a Galactic Republic Jedi, Grandmaster Yoda. So that is crazy. It's another 125% of tenacity potentially until the end of the battle. All right, her leader, Unity wins war. Final Zeta. Final Text is a Zeta. This is a Zeta. She has 2 Zetas. Clone Trooper allies have plus 35 speed. Clone Trooper allies recover 5% health and protection when they attack out of turn. And those clones do a lot of attacking out of turn. At the start of the battle... Go ahead.
That's big for the clones, like the protection. The health and protection stacking. Like it's... Yeah. Or it's recover, it's not an additional, I guess. But they're squishy, like that's one of their problems.
Yeah. And then it has, at the start of the battle, Galactic Republic allies have plus 15% max health, plus 5% max protection, and plus 15% offense for each clone trooper ally. Holy moly. So you have 4 clone troopers in there. You're getting plus 60% offense, plus 60% max health, and what was that? Plus 20% max protection. That's a lot. That's a lot of max protection, max health, and offense. Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So
it's gonna be fun.
And that's all Galactic Republic allies, so that includes herself. Unique heightened reflexes. So this is her unique. It's called heightened reflexes. It is also a Zeta. When Shaak T or a clone trooper ally takes damage from an attack, Shaak T gains 20% in the turn meter. Whenever Shaak T or a clone trooper ally takes damage from an attack, they gain retribution for 2 turns at the end of that turn. Oh man. So they already attack out of turn, and then they're gonna get retribution is gonna attack out of turn, which is gonna help trigger this right here, her leadership ability, quite a bit.
So yeah, this is gonna be really good for those teams that like do a lot of AoE damage. And those teams.
Yeah. Rayson says that's a lot of health and I can't read it.
A lot of health and protection they're getting back.
Yes, it is a lot of health and protection they're getting back. This is definitely going to be a formidable team. They're not meant to be meta, so don't go all crazy and be like, clones meta. No, that's not what's happening here. I mean, Shaak T is a marquee event, not a legendary character. So this is definitely going to be like a B+, A- team for Territory Wars, Grand Arena Championships, which is coming up around the corner. I don't know if you guys seen the most recent post. There's going to be new Shard Shop with Grand Arena Championships coming up, as well as with the new Territory Battles. There's going to be a new Shard Shop, so specifically for the Geonosian Territory Battle. So this is exciting. We're getting some new shops to actually farm things from, new characters. Shaak T must have been the marquee event that they talked about last month that they pushed back to this month. So really, really exciting. and really happy to see that. All right, let's get into it. All right, so I'm still on the screw squad arena right now. Oh man, squad arena is giving me like a headache. Like I've gotten below 200, I got back into the hundreds, and then I'm like back up to 278. Like, this thing's killing me. Granted, I've not gotten off Phoenix Squad yet, and I really need to work on that. Fleet Arena, on the other hand, I'm typically hitting 10th place. I'll fall down to, like you see now, I've already fallen down to 25, but that's okay. Fleet Arena is keeping my crystal flow going. For sure, by far, keeping the crystal flow going. So you can see here, I'm at 1,500 crystals. Not a dime spent on this. $0 on this account. It is completely free to play, and we're going by the free to play guide. Now, I think Evo and I both kind of agreed that we need to try to go straight for Jedi Knight Revan as soon as possible, considering our shard already has Jedi Knight Revans. This is ridiculous. And someone's definitely getting Darth Revan when he comes back around. They had like all the Darth Revan tunes at 7 stars when we first started Arena, which was crazy.
Yeah, Rayshun saying how it's just not fun anymore in Squad Arena, but he doesn't really care about it.
Yeah, I go back and forth with it. The reason I care about it is just because of the currency piece of it. I do not like, on this account, I do not enjoy Squad Arena. On my main account, I love playing going in and doing Squad Arena, taking that bad boy Revan, Darth Revan in, and just like obliterating Jedi Knight Revan teams. It's great. I've been, I'll have to pull it up, but I think I've been, for the most part, except for today, I barely got under 50, but I've been in like the top 23 or something like that, top 25 for like the past week and a half. Yeah, that battle right there is miserable. I know you guys, Evo is like really small there for you guys, but that mirror match is miserable. All right. So, I'm at level 76, halfway to 77. So we're definitely getting into that last part of the grind. We've got Grand Admiral Thrawn coming this month. So I put the Phoenix back up on favorites. I'm trying to get these guys at gear 9. I'm almost there with Ezra and 7 stars. Hera I need 18 more shards for Hera to get her to 7 stars. I'm looking to have Ezra and at least one other character to gear 9. Is probably going to be Zeb is what I'm looking at. But Chopper's already 2 pieces in, so is Hera. So we'll see how many characters I can get to gear 9 from the Phoenix Squad prior to that Grand Admiral Thrawn event. I'm looking to 7 star on the first time, so I'm really excited about that. Papa Palpatine here, Emperor Palpatine. We unlocked at 6 stars, and as you can see here, most of his abilities, they're all at 7s, except for his leadership ability and his unique are both at 6. So I've been kind of, as his pieces show up, I will go ahead and place him on there if they're not needed for the Phoenix Squad. So he's almost gear 9 already. So he's rocking and rolling there. Grand Moff Tarkin, I just put the 7 stars today. Haven't really done much work on him. I do need to start getting into getting him worked up. Because I will need him and his ship for those the Zeta Mat challenges and fleets. So that's coming up soon. We got to start getting ready for that. I want to try to be there before I hit level 85 and being able to get that done. All right. Darth Vader is at 5 stars. Chilling at 5 stars, and he's got 20 shards. He's at gear 7, 3 gear pieces away from gear 8. Now,
Rayson calling out that he is so close to Revan, needs 30 shards for Joe and Zalbar.
Nice, my friend. Yeah, my second account, I'm close to Jedi Knight Revan. I'm trying to remember. Zalabar's done. Mission is almost done. I think she's 1 shard away, but I'm still like 100 shards away from T3 and 4. And I got to triple check on Joe Lee. Like, he's close because he's on his way to that 7th star already. I think I'm around 25 to 30 shards in on him. But yeah, he's close to, he's getting very close there. All right, so for fleets, we specifically went after Geonosian Soldier, Crew, aka Kylo Ren Unmasked, Geonosian Spy, and Sunfac. So we went for the Geos along with Admiral Akbar. So my Geos are at gear 8, Crew's at gear 8, and Soldier's about to be at gear 9. But yeah, once we get done with farming Hera, we'll jump back on with some of these guys and getting them farmed out specifically for ships. Moving on, I do have Basilisk unlocked. I'm 5 shards away from 4 stars, so we'll be getting there soon. Jolie Bindo is unlocked as well, 19 out of 25, so we're getting there, getting close. And you can see my Imperial soldiers here. Let's go this way. The troopers, the Imperial troopers. We're starting to work on these guys too. So I just unlocked Veers today, so 3 stars. Stark is almost at 7 stars. He's gonna go very quickly just because of he always shows up in the guild store as long as you're with a good guild. So we're about a quarter way through to 7 stars. Snow Trooper's ready to go to 4 stars. And I started working on Range Trooper, which I really advise doing. Because you don't necessarily need Shore Trooper early, so you can get away with doing Range Trooper in this and maybe Magma Trooper or Storm Trooper with no problems, because Range Trooper is just going to give them so many bonuses with Protection Up and Retribution and things like that to make this team really go. Stark and Veers are really the big part of this. You're going to want to mod Colonel Stark for speed. You don't necessarily need Veers to have that speed. Once you get his Zeta on there, he's going to speed ridiculous amounts of turn meter to the rest of these guys. Alright, let's keep this rocking and rolling. I haven't really worked on my TIE Fighter pilot. I need to start doing that, but I'm really focused in on getting these Jedi done and the bounty hunters. The reason for bounty hunters, we now have those bounties. We have those galactic bounties now that are going to allow you to farm for some other characters like Nest, Kira, which is like the best scoundrel leader that's out there, Raid Han Solo, Rolo, Rebel Officer Leia.
Rayson just got his on to 7 stars.
Nice, man, nice, awesome, fantastic. That Han Solo, man, you want to get that Zeta on there as soon as you can, bro. It is amazing. I know you've seen some of the streams from my secondary account that has that Zeta and Han. He's nice. He's nice. But those galactic bounties have a lot of high tier characters that are hard to farm. And just gonna help you out with those shards. They've got some of the Ewoks on there. Wampa's in there. I don't think Hoda's in there. Hoda might be in there on the second one. Hermit Yoda. So
I think he is.
Yeah, okay, so he is. So it's just kind of helping you accelerate that farm and getting you some characters that are really essential to some of the top tier teams. Like Hoda is really used for the Sith Triumvirate raid, along with Jedi Knight Revan. So that's the one I want to get. Wampa is really good against Rebels. I mean, you can go in and almost solo against Rebels with Wampa. Sometimes you want to have, I think it's 5s in there, or not 5s, Rex in there as a leadership, just so you get some cleansing on him so he doesn't get any days. But, like, he's really good. Emphas Ness is a fantastic character. Can also go against Rebels pretty easily, and can be a real problem for a lot of people out there. So if you can get Emphas Ness and Wampa early in the game, and Hoda, and even Kira, like Kira for Scoundrels is fantastic. If you can get those teams early in the game, like you're like way ahead of the curve for territory wars, for Grand Arena, and some of those are going to help you in even territory battles. IPD is in there. You down with IPD? Yeah, you know me. Then Imperial Probe Droid is also in there. So there's quite a few that are in there. So I'm going to be focusing in on bounty hunters early. You see my Cad Bane is on his way to 7 stars. I haven't taken him up to 6 stars yet, just because of my currency has been here and there, and I've been trying to save it for once I get Hera to 7 stars, so I can immediately promote her to 7 stars. It's 1 million credits to do so. So that's kind of where I'm at. Here are the raid characters. Han Solo, we've got 50 shards of. Jinkin, I've got 36 shards of, and I have 11 shards of Darth Treya.
Ray Sun is asking if you've heard about a Night Sister Anakin team for Phase 3 Sith Raid.
I saw that pop up today on my feed. I haven't watched it yet. It's doing some ridiculous amount of damage. I think it was like 38 million or something. I can't remember what it was. It was some ridiculous amount of damage that's doing on the Sith Raid. But yes, I did see it. I haven't watched the video yet. It's on my to watch list. All right, so that's my characters. Let's go in here to ships. Spy is almost at 7 stars, so he's rocking and rolling here. Yeah, 7-star ship almost here on Spy. About a quarter of a way through to 7 stars. Almost to 6 stars with Soldier, and almost to 5 stars with Sunfat. Then I've unlocked Ghost is at 3 stars, and Phantom is at 2 stars. 4 stars with the TIE Silencer. Imperial TIE Fighter, again, I haven't really worked on, but...
Have you used Phantom or Ghost yet?
Ghost I'm currently using in my arena.
Okay. Because I threw Phantom into one run, and he almost one-shot somebody. It was ridiculous.
Yeah,
just
Phantom,
because of the amount of combat power he has.
Yeah, Phantom is ridiculous. I want to work on Sabine a little bit from a gear standpoint. I don't want to really waste resources on her right now for stars. I don't want to farm her shards anymore. There's just so much to farm right now in this stage. The Zecatrix is at 3 stars, and my home one is at 4 stars. I was hoping to try to get some of these rebels done by the time Chimera comes around, but I don't think it's feasible. I need these guys to be 5 stars each, along with the home one, and that's just... I'm going to miss it the first time around. We may come close, somewhat close, but I'm going to miss it. You really only need like 3 of them to get the 5 stars. So if I can get Biggs to 5 stars, Phantom 2 and Ghost, because you have to have those 2 to 5 stars. I will need a 4th to get the home 1 to 5 stars though. So I'll need a 4-star. Probably the easiest one to do is Wedge, really. But yeah, I like my arena ranking right now, and so I don't want to shift my focus off my Geos. The Geos are doing the work right now. So that's where we're at there. But I know that Thrawn ship would just kind of like top off with the Geos. Oh my gosh. It gives them durability. He has a one-shot kill. There's so many different things there. All right, let's go into light side battles. We are through 7, normal and hard. I need to start working on 8, which I haven't done yet. Again, I've been really focused on gear 9 for these Phoenix squads. Same thing with dark side battles. We went through 7 and almost through 7 hard. I stopped because I only 1-starred this one. And I want to make sure I'm 3-starring everything. So I got to do a little bit more work on my dark side characters. Cantina battles, I haven't gone through 6 yet. I know I'm supposed to go through it. So this will probably happen this week, later on this week, where I go through and finish complete 6. Because 7 is coming up here soon for me. So I'll probably get that done this week as well. Mod battles are still the same because we can't go on to 9 until level 80. So I can't start really doing any slicing until level 80. If I remember correctly, those that mod slicing material, level 9 on the mod battles is pretty hard.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I went through it with like a pretty pretty well geared Empire team, and I was able to go through the first few just fine. But after that, it took some time.
Yeah, Rayson asks, do you guys think the Geos will get rework for the new TB? I do. I think they're an underused faction. I think we'll probably get at least one other Geonosian, because we only have 4 right now. So I think we'll see a new character arise before territory battle for the Geos, and I think they'll do some reworking to them. Poggle the Lesser is really a droid leader. He has some synergy with Geos, but not a lot. So they definitely need some touching from CG by far. So I think they're going to have a rework. They're also separatists. And so it seems like they're doing... Obviously, they said that they're going to be doing the Clone Wars era. So whether it's from the TV show, the animated series, or from the prequels, they're going to be touching that pretty much for the rest of the year, is what we're going to be seeing here. Galactic War, some days I am full clearing. Some days I get stuck here before this last one. This last one just can beat my butt sometimes. But I'm ready to multi-sim once we hit level 85. So that's good news for me. Oh.
29 out of 50. That's been rough. It's been rough for most guys.
Training droids. I should have tried tier 2 and tier 3 today. I didn't even think about it. I just went in there and sent.
Yeah, man. I tried tier 3, and with a little work, I could have gotten there, but no, it's not there yet. Gotta get that Zalbar up there so he's a little more tanky.
Yeah. See, you got Zalabar. I don't. So he's got Zalabar. He's got that tank to absorb some of that damage, and that's why I'm trying to work on these guys, these bounty hunters, because I did get Boba Fett unlocked. So I'm trying to work on these bounty hunters. I've got 4 of them right now, and then we just need our 5th, which may be IG-88 for me for the time being, just because because of the accessibility of him. I'm pretty sure Jango Fett is in 7. No, he's in 8. Okay. So we're not the Jango Fett yet either. So yeah, it'll probably be IG-88. More than likely. Excuse me. Most of these guys are... All 3 of these guys are in 8 or 9 hard.
What is it that we need bounty hunters for at the lower levels? Like a full bounty hunter team?
For the credit heists, the training droids, and then I'm trying to get to those bounties that they have as soon as possible.
The bounties are bounty hunters specifically, right?
Yeah, they're specifically
because the other ones are just
scoundrels. Yeah. So, but if I can just focus in on that one team, it gives me both. You know what I mean? As opposed to trying to focus in on 2 teams. We're gonna be focusing on the Old Republic regardless. So. That's really the next way to go. So once I get Zalabar and mission unlocks, those should become a lot easier for me. So that's where I'm at. Let me kick it over here to Evo here in a minute, and he'll get to talking about his account. I did take that #1 spot on my 2 main account and my secondary account for Grand Arena, just for you all that like to join us like Rayson on a regular basis and likes to watch Grand Arena. So I think we're going to do a new series called The Road to Kyber, right? It was Kyber? Yeah, Road to Kyber.
Mm-hmm. Kyber.
Yeah, for the Grand Arena. All right, let's kick it over to Evo and let him talk about his account.
Yeah, I'm not going to spend as much time on mine because I'm following the same path Itachi is, so I'll just give a quick update on where I am. I am a little behind him. What level are you now?
76. I'm halfway through 76.
Okay. So, I mean, it's starting to slow down. I was almost 3 levels behind him at one point. But I've caught up a little bit just because it slows down in the 70s. So at some point we'll be on probably 83 together, battling through it, trying to get there. But he will get 85 before me. As far as where I'm at though, here's my Phoenix squad, top 5 right here. Everybody is 7-star. Everybody is gear. What is this gear? 8. Everyone's gear 8 except for Chopper. So Chopper's down at 7, 2 pieces away. I haven't been focusing on their gear. Mainly why I'm behind on gear for them is I haven't been doing. I maybe do one energy refresh per day. But I have been spending most of my energy on shards. So I've been working on Bastila. I've got Bastila at 4 stars. I've got my. Where'd he go?
Real quick, Rayson says almost 100 subs. Yeah, I saw that before we started. We're at 99. So for those of you who don't know, once we hit 100 subs, I'm gonna do a giveaway stream for our first 100 subs, and it's gonna be a $10 gift card in the form of an electronic gift card of either iTunes or Google Play, depending on what you play the game on. Just real quick to update. The rules of that is for that live stream, you must be in the chat. You must be talking in the chat, and you must be a subscriber in order to win the gift card. And we'll do it randomized. So I'll put everyone's everyone's name in a randomization tool. I found a randomization tool to put everyone's name in that's on that live stream, and we're pretty much just going to BS throughout that live stream and just have some fun. So I'll probably update you guys on the main account. Sorry. Back to Evo.
Hold on a second. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, I've got my Bastila Shan up to 4 stars. Like I was saying, Zalabar's at 3 stars, halfway to 4. I mean, I have not focused on his gear. I've just been tossing things on as I go. His abilities are all at level 3, and dude is a beast already. Just the tank, whatever level it took to get, I think it's Missions Guardian that does it. Where if someone else on the team is damaged, he has the retribution that pops up. It's sick. It's sick. I haven't worked on his mods at all, and he's still pretty tanky. So I'm glad that I worked on him a little bit. And then I've got Jolie up here at 2 stars. He's almost 3. Tomorrow I'll have him 3-star. Not tomorrow, the day after, because I'm not doing any additional rolls on him or anything. Just the dailies.
What's up, the P-Ski? Sorry. What's up, the P-Ski? He's P-Ski is one of our guild mates. Thank you for stopping by, man.
So yeah, that's where I'm working with those guys. TIE Fighter Pilot is who I am working on in Cantina right now. So I'll get him to 7-star, and I haven't decided where I'm going to go after that yet. Probably, I don't think I'm going to go into Kylo, because I think what I'll end up doing with ships is I'll start phasing him out. Once I get the Phantom and Ghost up in there, just because they work so well together, and like Itachi's saying, we want to work towards Grand Admiral Thrawn ships, so I'll hit those pretty hard, the Phantom and the Ghost ships. So after TIE Fighter Pilot, I'll probably switch to farming Phoenix, not Phoenix. Be out here. Is it
Old Republic, yeah.
Yeah, so I'll have to work through and unlock T3M4 will be the next one. Mission Val, are we high enough to get to Mission Val already? 69? 77. So she's here. She's 77. So a couple levels away from being able to get to Mission. 2 levels. So by the time I'm ready to farm her, I'll be able to farm her.
Where's T3? He's in 6, isn't he?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So I'm in that stage now.
So I do want to talk about where I'm spending my resources. This is something that Itachi and I we argue over from time to time. There's different points of view and different ways we play the game. So I just kind of want to get my ideas out there, and by no means do I have the best way, but it's the way that makes sense in my head. So Cantina battles right now, obviously, I want to get Boba Fett up there. He's just so useful in multiple places. As soon as I'm done with Boba, I already know I'm going to go to First Order Officer because that First Order team is nice. In the back of my head, I've only thought about this slightly today. I don't know. I feel like if the team works well with a new character whose name I've already forgotten, I almost want to go Clone Troopers early, just to get them unlocked and have the team. So even if I don't 7-star them, just have the team gear them up, and that's another really well synergized team that we have. So discussion for later. Guild store, I always make sure I have enough points to get Dengar whenever he shows up. If I have an excess of points, I'll toss him on Kylo or something. Kylo is farmable in Cantina battles, but you farm so many people in Cantina that I like to get Kylo when I see him in here. But again, I only do that when I have excess points, and I'll also throw some excess points at gear when I see it, because all these three right here need tons of them.
Yeah, that's where we had a few different arguments. There was on the guild store. One, because I could not find Dengar at all. Like, I was having the worst time having Dengar show up in my shard, my guild store stuff. So I was like popping. Obviously, Colonel Stark is always in there, and then I was like, all right, I'm gonna buy gear. So my gearing is probably a little bit farther along than what Evo's is on characters, but his characters are, from a star standpoint, farther along than what mine are. So there's some differences there that you're gonna see.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, that's kind of my one rule for the guild store, is I always make sure I have enough so that when Dengar does pop up, I'm ready to get him, because yeah, he's elusive. All right, Squad Arena. So I'm at a weird spot with Squad Arena. Kanon's done, Grand Moff Tarkin is done, Greedo's unlocked. Obviously, I want a 7-star Greedo, but I'm trying to balance the short game and the long game. I haven't really decided what I'm going to do. As you can see right now, I bought Princess Leia and then did not buy Greedo. I'm on the fence because I want CLS and I want him soon. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to do here yet. This is just today where I'm trying to balance these out. I don't know if I want to leave Greedo where he is and just gear him, focus on his gear, so that I can low-key work on Leia and Han in the background, because we got to get both of them from here. So there's 600 shards we have to get for CLS from Squad Arena. So again, that's something that I'm gonna hang out with Itachi later on.
Yeah, I think that's somewhere that we split. I just saw so Evo on his main account got his CLS to gear 12. I'm still working on my CLS on that account, on my main account. It's not gear 12. My secondary account, I have a gear 12 CLS along with like a gear 9, actually I think it's gear 10 or gear 11 Raid Han Solo, and both of them have Zetas on them, except for I think I don't have the Zeta on my control on Skywalker. So I have 2 Zetas on CLS. And that team is ridiculous, I must say. Obviously, it's missing, like, Chewbacca. Chewbacca is a harder event than CLS. So, like, I kind of got stuck in that same thing. I was like, okay, the plan is, if we go based off the tiers and we go into tier 2, is to go towards CLS, because it's easy to get. But as I'm looking through the different events, and I'm like, man, I'm missing this event, I'm missing this event, I'm missing this event, and I was like, I told Evo, I was like, I'm just gonna do the bounty hunters, man. Like, I'm gonna knock them out because of all the different events they have. And CLS doesn't just cover a whole lot. And after getting him, it's like, okay, I got CLS, and then, like I said, on my main account, he's kind of hit the back burner for me, just because I hit like CLS and Jedi Knight Revenant at the same time. So that wasn't really fair to CLS. He kind of got overshadowed.
So yeah, that's the balancing act I'm trying to play right now. I'm trying to play, like, do I want to get the character that I really, really want, versus, you know, exactly how useful is the bounty hunter team, and do they all need to be 7-star for them to still be useful, or can they be just useful at lower stars and better gear? So it's something that I definitely need to put some thought into, but as of right now, that's kind of where I'm torn between CLS farming and Greedo in there. Galactic War Store, going straight Cad Bane. I want to work on Biggs after Cad Bane, and then the rest is up for discussion, because I don't really know what I want my first order team to look like at this point. We'll want K2SO because I want the Cassian Z-Wing at some point as well.
Probably K2SO.
Yeah, so Cad Bane, Biggs, and then K2SO most likely, at least to just unlock him. You know what? Might go ahead and unlock him after Cad Bane and then finish out Biggs. Because it's another one of those things where I can keep working on Biggs' gear as we go. A lot of different ways to play the game. So,
Rayson says, I'm thinking about getting either CLS or Thrawn to gear 12. Any opinions? Yes, I would do Thrawn. Here's my reasoning for Thrawn. Thrawn is quite literally has stood the test of time as far as the different metas go, because he can instantly shut down a meta. He can take out one critical piece out of that meta team and shut them down. The other thing is he can be thrown into any team pretty much. So if you have like a 5th spot that is just a flex spot that you happen to throw people in, you put Thrawn in there. You put Thrawn in there, he fractures that critical piece of the meta team or whatever team you're fighting against, and just takes them out of the equation for the entire battle. So in that case, I would say Thrawn is actually going to be a better overall character than CLS. CLS needs all legendary characters and one raid character in order to properly function. He needs Chewbacca, which is a legendary event, R2D2, which is a legendary event, which you should have him at 7 stars anyways, since you have CLS at 7, since you have CLS unlocked. And then C3PO along with Raid Han Solo. So again, Thrawn is kind of a catch-all character. You could throw him into pretty much any team and shut down another team with a good composition, of course, and on the team that you have. So I would say Thrawn to gear 12 over CLS, as well as the fact that Thrawn has a capital shift and CLS doesn't. So overall viability there, Thrawn is going to be a bigger payoff than what CLS would be. Now,
yeah, if you're ever curious about what the best capital ship in the game is, just look at the higher end hard nodes, and they're all putting you against Thrawn's capital ship.
Yeah.
So
that's
the game developers telling you what the best ship is.
Yeah. The only reason right now that Home 1 is meta right now is because of Han Solo's Millennium Falcon. If that ship never hit the game, Home 1 would never be the top of the meta. It would still be Thrawn. The only exception is if you're using CLS in your squad arena. If you're using CLS in your squad arena, go ahead and take him to gear 12 over Thrawn. That'd be the only reason why I'd say to take CLS to gear 12. But if you're not using him in arena, squad arena, then yes, take Thrawn to gear 12.
Yeah, all the fleet arena tokens right now. I'm tossing some on Boba Fett when I see him, because Boba Fett's awesome, and I don't want to farm him all day in other places. Yeah, everything is going to my Geonosians. I got my Phantom unlocked. I'm going to work on getting Ghost unlocked next, but I try to put these all into ships as much as possible. Because yeah, as soon as the Zetas unlock, all of my tokens are going directly to Zetas. So. Guild Event Store, love this guild. Shout out to the guild for giving me lots of Guild Event Store tokens. Appreciate you. Thank you for the invite. I'm going straight Wampa this time because literally Wampa is a beast. So I'm really anxious to get him unlocked as quickly as possible. And then the rest are just, this is probably the best place to get these gear items. These just annoying to farm purple gear, all of this right here. So.
Yeah, the ones that you always need for like every character ever. Hey, Rayson, if your guild says possibly go for gear 12, I see you said you have Chewie, you've got R2D2, and Raid Han. Also, you said you just got Raid Han to 7 stars. Is Chewie to 7 stars? And this is going to take a while to catch up. But if Chewie is 7 stars, and depending on your gear level on Chewie, when you can kind of substitute out C3PO, or C3PO, and throw in old Benny in there, good old Ben, as a tank, and actually do really, really well with that team. So if your guild needs you to gear 12 them, then maybe you should. Just depending on where you're at with those characters in your farm as far as gear is concerned.
Yeah, I'll be honest. My
6 stars, CLS, but he's gear 9. Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry,
my CLS was my first gear 12. Mainly, I rushed to get him to gear 12 just because I wanted to watch him solo the bit rate. That's the only reason I did it. I had no other team to put around him. I use either the big wedge and a couple other. I think I usually use Lip and R2, and that's my team that I use around him. He's just fun. Like, he's fun. So I'm very glad that I have him at gear 12. But I wish I was able to focus more on Thrawn right now because I'm feeling it on the ships. You know, I use Thrawn all the time, especially in the Grand Arena. He's an excellent character. But yes, CLS was just, I knew he was going to be fun, and he's so fun. Yeah, I'm pretty well done here, Tachi, if you want to round it out. There's nothing crazy going on. Look at my ships real quick, I guess. Obviously, the GOs, I'm nowhere near as far along with them as Tachi is, but they're still my focus, so I've got the 3 of them. I'll take this off here. I'm not doing anything with them. There we go. So yeah, these are my guys right here. I will never not use Imperial TIE Fighter. I love Imperial TIE Fighter. Geonosian soldier,
Geonosians, yeah.
And yeah, I'm just having a lot of fun with Phantom right now, even though my Sabine needs some love. So.
Yeah, my Sabine needs some love as well. I need to take her to like gear 9, gear 10. For sure.
Yeah, I can get a lot further than I have in fleets. I just haven't been putting a lot of effort into it. So while you're talking, I'm going to
Hey, Evo, if you don't mind, can you throw up the farming guide?
Sure.
So I can see it. I put it up on screen, but it's on the preview screen. So, alright, so with the farming guide, we're starting to move into tier 2/tier 3, so we're interconnecting those two, which is probably going to be bound to happen just depending on which path you're trying to go down. Because if you want to say, hey, you know what, I want to have the best that I can have in Squad Arena, and because of that, I'm going to go ahead and go after Jedi Knight Revan based off what my Squad Arena looks like. Or you can be like, you know what, forget Squad Arena, I'm just going to continue to follow the tiers, unlock the teams that my guild needs me to unlock, and go that way. Now I will say that Jedi Knight Revan for Territory Wars is huge, and my Jedi Knight Revan in the tank raid today did some massive work. He took me up to I think I got like 5 million damage off of him, I want to say. I pretty much finished off the raid with my Jedi Knight Revan, which was interesting, to be honest with you. Now, granted, I came in at the end of phase 3, going into phase 4 for the tank raid. But he did some work. You know, Darth Revan pretty much set me into phase 4, and he got me about, I guess it was about 6 million almost that Jedi Knight Revan got me, because Darth Revan got me like 2 million. So I used 2 teams and like a little over 8 million damage in the last 2 phases of the raid, which most of the damage usually, most amounts of damage usually see when the easier one is phase 2 of the raid. So phase 2 and phase 4. So maybe you want to go to Jedi Knight Revan. It is, you won't regret that at all. You know, he's in the meta right now. He's still able to beat Darth Revan without Malak, and just depending on the Malak that is on the team and where they're at as gear is concerned, he may be able to beat that team as well. Raysun says he has him 6 stars, but he's gear 9, which would be Chewie. Yeah. So yeah, Raysun, I would just I would talk with my guild, to be honest with you, and just see from territory war standpoint what they really need. If they need you to go ahead and gear 12 CLS, then sure, go ahead and gear 12 CLS. You go that way. Always talking to your guild is a great thing to do. You know, you don't want to be out there cowboying it too much, but if you have a valid reason for going to Thrawn, you know, if you're like, hey, look, I've got 6-star Chimera, I need to gear 12 Thrawn, I'm sure they'll understand. So if they're like, well, you know, we really need you to gear 12 CLS, then just make CLS your second gear 12 character. Go after Thrawn, get Thrawn to gear 12, and then move over to CLS. So it's all farming game anyway, and depending on, you know, where they're at, I'm assuming they're both at gear 11. You know, it'll probably take you about 2 weeks to 2.5 weeks to gear 12. I should know, I've been doing a lot of gear 12 characters lately if I made a count. So if you're just focusing in on the gear and not actually farming any other character shards, it'll take you about 2 weeks or so to actually get them to gear 12 from gear 11, depending on the requirements. CLS is a little quicker, I want to say. CLS and Thrawn are actually not that bad. They may be a little bit faster. But obviously we are rounding out tier 1 right now on the actual guide. So we're rounding out tier 1. So we have Thrawn is already at, or not Thrawn, Tarkin is at 7 stars for both of us. Our Phoenix Squad is pretty much all at 7 stars. We're rounding out Cad Bane and Boba Fett. So that's Cantina and Galactic War stores, so not actual farms. We've both started working on Bastila, which is in tier 2. So we've been following it pretty well. I'm working on Greedo. He's working on Leia and Stormtrooper Han. All 3 of those are
I don't know yet.
But all 3 of those are in the arena store for tier 2. So we are following our guide for the most part. Working on crew. I'm going to be working on crew and probably moving over to... Well, I'm not moving over to First Order Stormtrooper yet. Because I have dipped into 3 with Jolie Bindo, as has... Evo with Jolie Bindo, and he's doing Zalabar as well. So we're dipping into 3, and 2 and 3 are kind of meant to kind of be a little bit more fluid between each other, because you're unlocking a lot of those nodes at the same time. So you really do get to choose, you know, kind of what path you want to go down and where you want to go and move from there.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad you had us pull the guide up, because I didn't even realize that I kind of skipped right over Luke there. So I probably will go ahead and finish out Greedo, and then come back and work on the other 2 while I'm working on Luke. So
yeah, I hate farming Luke, by the way. Farm Boy Luke was like, I was just like, can I be done with this already? And it's gonna be worse now that it's down to 5 as opposed to 8. Because the last time we farmed at 8, and now it's down to 5.
Like, I don't even want to farm it. I want CLS without having to farm for Luke, because I want Bosk and everybody. I want everybody in tier 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, he is on a lower node, so he's gonna pop more than some of the other characters will. So yeah. So remember, this is always your game, and you can go whichever way you want. One of the things I started doing, as you all know, I started going towards Imperial Troopers, which Imperial Troopers aren't even on. They're not even on the first page. They're on the second page. So, maybe I should have turned this on. I forgot to turn on my remote. All right. So, if we look at this part 2. Now, obviously, in the guild store, we have tier 1 with Colonel Stark, but you'll notice I have like all the troopers on there for tier 5 on the last page. Range Trooper, Snow Trooper, Shore Trooper, General Veers are all on there. But I started working on General Veers already because they're going to be a great team for Territory Wars. The other reason is Territory Battles. They are a required team to use General Veers and Colonel Stark specifically in like 3 or 4 different special event nodes, as well as to get IPD in that. So I'm trying to get those guys I want to get those guys to 7 stars as soon as possible and get them geared up specifically for territory battles, dark side territory battles on Hoth. So that'll be a big thing for me, and that's why I kind of jumped to those guys. They're also really great against Night Sisters. Like, they destroy Night Sisters. They are a very, very hard counter to Night Sisters. And I hate playing against Night Sisters with most other teams. But using those guys is just amazing at how much they just shred through Night Sisters. It's like no content. It's crazy. It's ridiculous. So yeah, so that is, we're going to have our different ways of going. Like, I know Evo is holding off on the Imperial Troopers, whereas I'm like jumping right into it head on for the Imperial Troopers. So, like you said, we do have some different styles of going through the game. A lot of it is the same because we're using the same farming guide. We're typically going through it in a pretty systematic way with tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, tier 5. So there may be some things that we jump ahead on, like I may do Jedi Knight Revan into Darth Revan. Like, I may do that jump. It's probably going to be a huge help for my guild for Territory Wars, and it's definitely going to be a huge help once we hit 85. I'm not going to have Jedi Knight Revan before we hit 85, I don't think. If I do, that's amazing, but I don't think it's going to happen. But as well as for Grand Arena Championships around the corner, that's going to be huge to have both of those. I can tell you from my primary account, if you guys are joining me on that, I set Jedi Knight Revan on defense and like no one attacks. They're just like, oh, whatever. People that don't have them, they're just like, nope, I'm done. I already lost this battle without even going in and attacking. All right. Well, that's really all we have for tonight. Thank you guys so much for joining me. If this was your first time, please don't forget to like the video if you liked it and hit that subscription button if you don't want to miss any more videos from us, as well as that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. Yeah, we already talked about Shaak T, so I may not have another video this week. Maybe we'll see what happens. If there's more news to come, like, I don't know, a Road Ahead blog tomorrow or Thursday, then I'll do a video for that. It's not going to be live stream, but I will.
Grayson's asking, any good AAT raid teams?
Any good raid AAT? Jedi Knight Revan, JTR, which is Jedi Training Ray, or Ray Jedi Training, those are usually the two big ones right now. Jedi Knight Revan is just so universal. This is part of the reason I want to get him as soon as possible, because he's literally does so much damage in the raids. He's a Sith. He's a Phase 2 Sith raid team, and he can do massive amounts of damage in AAT. But I know that Jedi Training Rey with some droids can solo the AAT once you get them going past Phase 1. You can literally set it on auto, and they will auto the rest of the raid for the most part. Obviously, there's always good old RNGs in there. So yeah, that's Jedi Training Rey is really the team to use in that. It's also the team that you need in Phase 1 of the Sith raid. So not a team that you're going to regret at all. I know Evo talked about, he was going to go straight for Wampa. The funny thing is I'm going for Hermit Yoda. I think we switched back and forth on accounts.
Yes.
A funny thing.
Yep. Yep.
So his main account, he went for Hermit Yoda, and I went for Wampa. I think there's one stream. I don't think I've gotten Wampa to Gear 7 yet, but I've worked on his abilities. And I took him into a grand arena with him and just like one other person as a lead, just for a leadership ability. And Wampa like destroyed like a Gear 8, Gear 9 Phoenix squad, and he's only like Gear 6. And I think Evo was on that night, and he was like, "What the heck?"
Yeah, I've seen some dirty Wampas lately. Yeah. I just want to play with it. So it's another one of those things where Hermit Yoda might be the best way to go, but just for the fun of the game, I want Wampa.
Yeah, Wampa's a great character. But yeah. Anyways, we're gonna roll out of here. If we hit 100, when we hit 100 subscribers, I will schedule the stream so you guys can take part in the giveaway. So it will be a giveaway stream. If we hit it this week, I'll probably schedule it for next week. More than likely, I have my son this weekend, so I won't be doing any videos this weekend at all. Obviously, there's no Grand Arena going on right now, so there's not really a huge reason for me to do any of them outside of just things for fun. I will do an update on the next five series for those squads and the Zetas and where we're at next week as well. So we'll do a live stream event where maybe I'll just go through, do my dailies and things like that, because I usually don't get to do those until I get home. Anyway, go through my my squad arena battles on my main account, so you guys can see Darth Revan, the bad boy himself, in action, and see kind of what my arena chart is looking like at for top 50, what those top 50 contestants look like. All right, my name is Itachi, and that's Evo on the other side.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much for joining us tonight. Again, this was your Imperial Military Podcast show coming to you today. Don't forget to subscribe, hit like, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a thing. If you're not following me on Twitter and you have a Twitter account, I'm trying to get better at Twitter, but just FYI, I am on there. It's at Itachi Gaming, so you can follow me there as well. All right, so that's all we got, guys. We're actually really going to get out of here this time, so thank you so much for stopping by. Until next time, we're going to throw up them deuces.